Hello, welcome to another V's Cards video. My name is Veronika Cuic and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to craft a milestone mega card in minutes. For this project, I do use some retired products. However, my product list will include suggestions for current products. First, I'm going to cut up some candle bases. I'm going to have 16 of those, and I'm going to cut my decorative paper to the same length and width. I cased this idea by Patty Bennett and I really love it. After a quick glance of a picture of her card, I decided to make my own and do my own spin. To make this long card base, I joined two card bases with a strip of cardstock at the back as a bridge. It worked out perfect to use 4 panels and create 4 candles in each panel to equal 16 candles altogether. To make the spacing fairly even between each candle, I divided each panel up into 4 parts, and then I found the centre of each part, and that's where I marked out where the candle was going to be glued. I then erased the first marks so that I wouldn't be confused and adhered the candle on the second markings, which is the middle of each equal quarter. As you can see, I've adhered small strips of plain designer series paper along the base of each panel before I added the candles. I think if you have a paper trimmer, it's ideal for you to make these candles, and it should be fairly quick and easy and you don't have to pull out the die cut machine. I used 4 different types of specialty paper and I rotated them so that there was a pattern with the first, second, third and fourth, and then started again and again to give me that lovely effect. It's another fabulous way of using up your designer series paper without throwing any wastage in the bin. So please keep your scraps. You never know when they'll come in handy. I noticed the white part of the cardstock sticking out over the designer series paper, so I'm trimming that off for a couple of candles. So they might have not been glued on together correctly, and so I do my quick fix. I hope this short video tutorial is very clear on the steps and that you're inspired to try something new. I'm now up to crafting the flame. Now I did use the whale punch to get that beautiful candle flame shape. You could also use one of your other punches, including the petal park punch. It definitely saved me time from cutting a small droplet-like shape 16 times. The whale punch, I believe, is in the clearance rack, and the petal park builder punch, you could use the leaf. I really love this punch and I don't think I'll part from it anytime too soon. In fact, the first time I fell in love with Stampin' Up products was when I discovered their fabulous punches. Now this fabulous die is retired, but I have an alternative featured on the screen. I'm sticking adhesive sheets to the back of my glitter cardstock so that when I do my die cutting, I can then peel off the backing and I will have myself a homemade sticker. Using scissors, I will trim off the excess so that I can feed it through my die cut machine easily. With detailed dies, it is common for you to spend a bit of time peeling off the bits and pieces, the negative parts of your die cut so that it's a nice clean cut, one separated, and then you can peel off the backing easily. We're past the halfway mark of this video. You're still watching, so you must like it. Please take a moment to like and also comment in the comments section. I also invite you to subscribe to my channel if you're not yet a subscriber. Thank you so much for all your support. It's most appreciated. Here's a quick look at another milestone card I made recently. I used a full A4 size cardstock for this project. Back to the first card. Obviously, it will need to be wider than the panel so that I can score both ends as well as the base and turn that inside to create the pocket. I'm going to cut a little bit of a curve on either end of the top and the base of the cake so it resembles more of a cake rather than just a rectangle. For crafting card items such as pockets, I like to use a tear and tape. It's pretty handy, reliable and sticky enough to hold a paper construction or something that may be manipulated over time. Here I'm deciding, do I put a few more candles in? The candles do seem, by proportion, to be a bit too big. So I'm going for die cut numbers, and I'm using the retired die cut set for the numbers, and you can choose an alternative current product. I'm also going to use some clear plastic, and you can get that from your packages when you purchase your crafting supplies. To reduce waste, you could also use the scrap laminating part once you've laminated something. So, sometimes when you're trimming what you've laminated, don't throw away those strips. Use them for this pop-up mechanism. To add letters or numbers onto clear plastic as a pop-up mechanism, I do use mini glue dots. It's my go-to for stuff like this. To make this card more personalised, I'm going to add a framed photo to the opposite panel from the Happy Birthday sentiment. Another way to personalise a Milestone birthday card is to also add their name somewhere in the card. I begin experimenting and having it on top of the picture, but I'm not happy with it. Going back into the candle section, it seemed like a perfect spot. What do you think? I did think it was a little bit bare without the name, and I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments section about that. Thanks so much. As this milestone card is coming to a finish, so too is this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, happy crafting.